So, economics as the basis of ethics. Now, in the Confucian system, there are two important principles. One is benevolence, and the other is called righteousness. So these two are the fundamental principles in the Confucian system. So we need to fully grasp the meaning of these two principles in order to understand why ethics and economics can work together. Now, since the Chinese writing is pictography in nature, it usually presents its meaning by telling a story. And so this is how we explore the meaning of benevolence and righteousness. Now, so the picture on the right-hand side is the actual word benevolence, but the picture on the left-hand side is the pictographic representation of the character benevolence, and you can see that it is consisted of two parts. One is a person, which looks like a person, and the other looks like an equal sign, and that's exactly what it means. So the primary meaning of the word benevolence is a relation between persons, and that relation is equality. Now, to make it more specific, the picture shows that the way one treats others should be the same way one wants to be treated. Chinese often talk about benevolence. Those who are able to think for others are regarded as sages, and those who are, often think for themselves and disregard the others are often regarded as ordinary. Not bad people, just ordinary. So this is equivalent to the concept of love. When we speak of loving others. So when we love people, we think for them, we treat them the way that we want to be treated. Therefore, Confucius said, benevolence is the characteristic element of humanity, and the great exercise of that is in loving relatives. So this means the character of human being is in fact benevolence, and it all starts from loving his parents. Now, as we explained in much detail in Lecture 3, also very scientifically, if one is not able to love one's relatives, it is difficult to expect him or her to love other people or exercise further duties to the society. So that's the idea. Now, the word righteousness looks slightly more complicated, but it only consists of two parts as well. The top part and the bottom part. So the top part means auspiciousness, and the bottom part means self, oneself. So what does that mean? The primary meaning of the pictographic representation of righteousness is an aspect of the self, and it's about the justice from the self. Okay, justice from the self. It's about the question of what is the right thing to do, and it is not about others. It's not about requirement on others, but a requirement on ourselves. Confucius explained how a superior man would act as follows. He said, the superior man in the world does not set his mind either for anything or against anything. What is right, he will follow. So this means that a superior man doesn't have any preference over a person or a thing. He doesn't have any enemy, nor does he envy anybody. So when he makes judgment about a particular matter, the only criteria is whether it is correct. Now, this sounds very obvious, but extremely difficult. when we are in the position of making judgment, our decision tend to be biased towards, based on persons involved, right? And the time, and the environment, and our own situation. But for example, in corporate management, the independence of audit and remuneration committee is very important to the success of the company, because they perform important function of monitoring and giving incentives. So when audit and remuneration committee members have close personal connection with the top management, their monitoring function could be compromised to a certain degree. Since the professional network of top management is quite a close one, there is a chance that the committee members will be working with the top management in a different setting in the future. So out of concern of future career perspective, it is in their own interest for the committee members to soften their monitoring intensity, if you like, when performing their duties. So for the committee members in our example, the difficulty does not lie in the monitoring itself, but it lies in setting the correct mindset. Therefore, being righteous is not easy. It's about judging our own mind and our own action.